Greetings and welcome to, you know what time it is, Comic Book Talk with Friends. I didn't even want to single myself out. I just wanted to bring everybody in since we're running a tad bit late. But we are here now and we are ready to go. What's going on with y'all people? Everybody out there, welcome. Welcome to the show as always. So we're going to have a bit derail. Now we're echoing somewhere. Somebody got the show running. Has anybody got the show running in the background? Turn it off. Make sure you turn it off. Anyway, so check it out. We're gonna kind of derail. We you know what the topic is tonight. We are gonna actually touch on Disney Plus, of course, everything that actually got released or talked about on Friday. We are going to actually jump into that, but we're going to have a brief, small discussion, considering the simple fact that, again, I was away last Monday, had full intentions on running the show, but as you can see, bit of a fracture with the hand, but it doesn't stop the process. We're going to keep rolling. So we're going to have a brief discussion about, what our thoughts on Eternals. And then again, we're going to jump right into Disney Plus. So again, before we actually do that, I just want to kind of welcome the panel and see what everybody got going on. Vinny, my man, what's going on with you?
What's good, brother? I'm good. Just working on a few commissions, finishing them up. I'm working on a Buzz Lightyear and a Miles, so I'm excited about those. I haven't done a piece for either of those yet. So other than that, I'm just excited to get back to work. We're back in business. So. Ready for Comic Talks with Friends.
Yeah, let's go, man. We're back. Brandon, I know you had a pretty busy weekend, bro. Like you were somewhat on tour in a sense. So how's it going, bro?
Yeah, it was crazy on Friday morning. Drove down to Mohegan Sun, which is a big casino and an event venue on the East Coast here. So I drove down there and then shot a bunch of shows on Friday and Saturday night for one of my all-time favorite comedians, Josh Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Super funny dude. Seen me wear the I Like Weird Shit shirt in black. I got it in Celtic green, baby. There we go. But yeah, so I was filming that stuff for him, and that was a blast. It was exhausting. And then I drove back on Sunday, which was my wife's birthday. So then spent the day with my wife, and just been in post-production, just editing this stuff from the shoot all day today. So I am dragging ass. I'm exhausted, but it was a good exhausted. It's fun. So it's nice to be back on here.
So for the benefit of your exhaustion, because I'm looking out. I always try to look out for my peoples, my brothers. We're gonna keep the show in a timely fashion. We're gonna try to. We're gonna try and see if that actually works, so you can get some rest. You know what I mean? Have the wife rub your back, you down, put some oil on you a little bit.
You got to get a rag or something to wipe the bullshit off of your mic because it all just came right out.
Hey, we're gonna see.
I appreciate the sentiment.
That's the intentions. I didn't say it's gonna happen. I just said that's the intent. You know what I mean? So we'll try to see. We'll definitely try to see if we can actually roll with that. As always, my man Joe. You know what time it is. Joe Lynch in the building. What's going on with you, bro? What you got going on, man?
I'm gonna sound like shit. I'm coming to you live from my air mattress in between a move.
Hey. You moved. That's the thing. You moved. That's the biggest thing. You moved. You're in a totally different spot. You're in a different place. It's new beginnings. Ain't that what time it is? That's what we do, right?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Okay, so it don't matter. You could be on an air mattress. You can be on a milk carton. You can be on a carton. You can be sitting on a female's back. It doesn't matter.
You're making moves.
Improvise, adapt, overcome.
Exactly. Improvise, adapt, overcome. This is what Vinny tells everybody in that secret room. So you know what time it is. You already know what time it is. Mm-hmm. Jedi Kid.
What up?
What's going on?
What up?
Jedi, check it out, though. I'm going to say this live. I have to say this real live.
Yes, sir.
Don't move.
I'm not moving, bro.
Just don't move.
I got a marker on the floor.
Hey. You got a marker on the floor. So everybody out there,
the X tape on the floor, bro. I'm ready.
Exactly. And people aren't even saying anything about the simple fact that Jedi Kid is on time and he's with us live and there's no malfunction. So knock on wood. Hopefully none of that actually happens. But what's going on with you, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good, bro. I'm getting some rifles ready for. I got a show coming up. I'm gonna be at the range with some fellas in like another week or two, and I'm waiting for my Lando to hit. Man, it's in the mail, so I cannot wait for that book. The Lando from Sideshow. I got my other Rex, should be here tomorrow. I cannot wait, bro.
You mean you ordered it from Sideshow, but it's the Hot Toys Lando, or is it the Sideshow, the Return of the Jedi one?
No, the Hot Toys Lando. I got my Hot Toys
Empire
Lando.
Strikes. Okay, yeah. You just got it through Sideshow.
You ordered through Sideshow, right?
Yeah.
I just got my notification from them about my
Marty.
No. I didn't get Marty. My notification
you didn't get Marty?
Not to get Marty, bro. I'm not going down that road. I like the movie, but
it's a short road. They're 2 figures, dude.
Yeah, I know.
One of them you still got to wait another year for.
It's just not my thing, though. It's just not like
not even a road.
I just can't do it.
Yeah, I love the movie, man, but the 1/6 scales don't fit in my collection, bro.
Yeah, it just wasn't something that I actually saw myself collecting, so I just didn't really do it. But it is what it is. But my Harley Quinn, Arkham Knights, Harley Quinn is coming.
Oh, that's up for order now.
It's been up for order.
I've been so busy, bro.
It released in Hong Kong. Already.
Yeah,
I've been
I'm just
busy,
waiting.
Man. I gotta jump on that one.
So once I get that and then back, I can't wait to get that back, bro. I can't.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. I'm waiting for that and Cyborg to drop, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah. So I'm happy about that. So that'll be coming. But I'm glad everybody's here. I'm glad everybody out in the chat is here. Let me address everybody. Now here's the thing. Let me explain something to y'all real quick. So let me tell you how YouTube works, right? So right now my monetization is on hold. The reason why is because everything, you have to submit all this information. You got to get proof of identification, like everything as far as your banking details, who you are, your identity. You got to submit all that. So once you submit that, it's a waiting period to get all that back. So if you don't see the super chat or anything like that, activate it. Don't feel bad. It's just on hold right now. It'll be up soon. I just got to get all that information.
What is Joe supposed to do?
Huh?
What's Joe supposed to do?
I know.
He waiting, bro.
In good spirit. In good spirit.
Joe, you guys got throw a 20 at the screen.
He's gonna be Venmoing you.
All you do is just tap. Just do that. That's all you gotta do. But yeah,
get that gun and shoot it.
Yeah. So
that plies gun, right?
Yeah.
It is what it is. It happens.
Shit.
Yeah, it is what it is. But you're here, we're all here, and we're ready to go. Let me address the chat real quick. We got Damon Zapp in the building. We got Philip the Fool. We got Tobar. We got Ben Cave in the building. Ben Thomas, Max Geekdom. We got Bob Dylan, Bloodsport. Lynch Design is in here. So glad he's here. We got 6 Scale Reviews. Congrats to 6 Scale Reviews on hitting their 1,000 subscribers. So shout out to you guys.
That's what's up.
So happy that you guys are here with us tonight. So you know what I mean? Anytime we can get y'all on and we can get on there, like, we definitely want to be there. Bob Dylan, already said that. Max Geekdom, Vinny Blitz. We got, let's see here, who else? Mike Fiola's in the building. Let's see here, Bloodsport. We got Naughty Bear Jew is in the building. J Rob is in the building. Who else we got? The Dakinator's here. DK. Let's see who else. We got my man Malachi Mabane is in the building. What's up, my guy? Linda is here. Definitely Linda. Kinky Sphincter is here. Let me see who else we got. Two Ferns. Let's see. We got K Carter 27 is here for us today. Rudy Medina 001 is here. JB Noble is here. Let's see who else we got. We got Simon in the building. We got Takathri's here. So yeah, we got quite a few people here. So we might as well just basically jump into it. I'm so glad you actually showed up tonight for Comic Book Talk with Friends. We do welcome you. We welcome all. So what we're going to do, like I said, briefly, we're going to jump into that movie that is quite divisive amongst the community right now. Mm-hmm. It is really divisive, even though it's basically making, it's still, no matter how divisive it is still making money. So, you see that. It's doing what it's doing. It's divisive amongst the community when it comes to critics as well as the fans themselves, but it's still doing what it does. I already had my thoughts on it, and I'm not going to rehash on that because, like I said, I already know how I feel. Me and Brendan have talked about it, but I want to talk to just everyone else who, has, we haven't really actually talked to and see how you feel about it. Vinny, I'm going to let you, okay, here's the thing. Vinny, I'm going to let you go sort of last because I know you have some feelings about this, When we walked out the theater, you were. I'm just gonna let you go. But I'm gonna start with Joe. Joe, I'm gonna put you on the spot first. You saw Eternals. What was your feelings about the movie, bro?
I liked it.
You liked it?
Here's the thing. I think it would have benefited, the first and second act would have benefited as a Disney Plus series. More time to expand that, because I felt it went through really quickly. And I thought that the deviants didn't need to be in it. I felt like it could have been just Icarus versus them and their principles. But overall, I really liked it. And my man, Dane Whitman, got screwed. But I did like the end credits. So
yeah,
overall, I'm pumped.
Yeah,
and
I'm
they
pumped
did
to see where it's going to go.
better than Superman, bro.
Oh God, here we go, bro.
And Mercari,
I love me some Makari, bro. Her speed, the demonstration of her speed was phenomenal, bro. It was phenomenal.
Thanos is really alive.
Yeah, don't know. Possibility. He's an Eternal.
And do you guys think that Icarus died? Because I don't.
No.
Mm-mm.
No. He's an Eternal, bro. No.
Yeah.
No, I do not think he did. Jedi Kid, I'm gonna go to you next. Your feelings on the film, man. Tell me what you felt about it.
It was okay. I mean, I wasn't. It didn't like woo me or wow me, because I saw a lot of the stuff, a lot of the action sequences from Man of Steel, especially with Icarus. You know what I'm saying? Makari was cool. The speed thing was all right, but they keep comparing her to Flash now, saying she's faster, this, that, and the third. That gets under my skin. I hate those kind of comparisons, bro. But the movie overall, I liked to see how they created everything in their universe, and it was cool. It was like a lot of reflections from like a biblical sense. It was probably pretty cool with creation and all that stuff, and the history of all of them was pretty cool. But I mean, other than that, I get turned off quick, man, with these kind of movies. But if it's not like, I don't know, I see the blueprint of Superman all over the place. People don't agree. If it wasn't for April 13, 1938, there would be no any superheroes. There would be no Icarus. There would be no Hyperion. There would be no Sentry. There would be none of DC, because he was the first. It's like you can take a blueprint of a house, make the same house, but change the windows, or change where a door goes, or change where the roof is. But it's the same blueprint, basically. So it's like, to me, it's like, people gave Man of Steel like a hard time. But this movie especially with the Icarus scenes, it's like, come on, this is freaking Superman. But I mean, he's more of a guy, and I get that. But it's just like, I don't know. I love Cersei too. Cersei was dope. But I agree about the deviants. They didn't need to be in the movie. That could have been like a TV show to expand the movie a little more. I felt that they tried to throw everything in, especially with what's my man at the end in the end credits, my boy Pip. Pip, that was like, what? They even got Pip in this thing.
Yeah.
So I mean that was dope. That was dope. And then with the whole the Dark Blade calling to the dark, what's it? Black Knight.
Dane Whitman.
Yeah. Hearing Blade in the background, that was dope.
Yeah.
So I guess they're gonna be doing some vampire hunting together. Hopefully.
That was the highlight for me.
Yeah, for me that was
the highlight for me. That was
bro.
That's all I needed. The thing is, as much as the film, that was a highlight for me. That was really a highlight for me. So it is what it is. Brendan, did you want to go, or did you want to sit this one out because you've already basically, or how did you feel about it?
I want to hear what Brendan got to say, bro.
I'll run. All right, I'm gonna try and run through these rapid fire. Thena was badass. Angelina Jolie, I thought, did a really good job with her presence and making her that warrior. And I liked the relationship with her and Gilgamesh and her kind of like tortured side. I thought that was good. I would have liked more of of that. I would dive into
Disney
that
Plus.
more. But I like that, and I like the foreshadowing that gave us of what was to come. Totally agree on the underutilization of, to the point where they weren't even all that necessary, of the Deviants and Crow. And I think that was a big misstep. As I love this movie, but I think that was a big misstep because you realize that the Deviants aren't the villains, and in many ways, the main characters, the Eternals, were the unintentional villains, and then they realize what's going on, and they realize that the Celestials are more of the villains here, and that the Deviants were, what you look at other villains like Killmonger and things like that, where it's like they're doing some fucked up shit, but they're justified in many ways in what their intentions are, what their motivations are. And when you look at, he's in the comics, he's like the leader of the Deviants, but you don't really get that in this because it's not like leading in an actual structure. But Crow, who I don't even think they actually name at any point throughout it, he even said that like it's the Celestials that are the villains there, and I think they missed an opportunity to dive more into the motivations and the complexities of that, and realize that, hey, these guys are right. You're trying to kill all the Deviants, but the Deviants got a raw fucking deal out of this whole thing.
Yeah, true.
So I think that was a missed opportunity. I think, to be perfectly honest, and it also fell flat a little bit. It's like, okay, Icarus ends up being like the bad guy that they fight at the end a little bit, but even that, I felt like that should have been the midway like turning point. Reveal that, and now Icarus is the bad guy, and they've got to struggle with having to go up against him, and really flesh that out, and then pay more attention to the Deviants then, and them have to deal with shit. We've been going after and trying to kill these Deviants for millennia, or for thousands of years on Earth at least. And yes, they were trying to kill innocent human beings and stuff like that, but their reality is because of the Celestials, and that's pretty fucked up. And there should have been more diving into that dichotomy. So there were things that they just scratched the surface, and I think that they could have gone deeper into it by revealing Icarus as being the guy who killed Ajax, more like in the middle, and then the fallout of that being the second half of the movie. I think that they should have done that, but that's just, that's me. Overall, there are a lot of really good character beats I liked in it. I will say that, in my opinion, Icarus and Cersei had next to no chemistry.
Yeah.
All right. And then you had Dane Whitman and Cersei, who had a lot of chemistry.
Yeah.
But you only see him in the beginning of the movie, and then you see him right at the end.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And when they had so much chemistry, it just made her and Robb Stark. It just made her and Icarus, their relationship, fall even flatter.
Yeah.
Because you saw how good they were on camera together with her and Dane Whitman, and then you take that away, and now it's replaced with something that you're just like, So that part was also kind of frustrating. I am excited for what they're going to do with the Dane Whitman character, Black Knight. We got teased with the Ebony Blade. I mean,
I can't wait for that, man.
We heard Mahershala.
Definitely.
It took a while for people, a couple days after it came out, for people to realize, oh shit, that was his voice.
That's Blade.
That I absolutely loved. So I think that's really cool. I don't know what's going to happen with Black Knight. I don't know if it's going to be a thing where he shows up in the Blade movie and maybe he's got a Disney Plus series, because I don't necessarily see them doing a full theatrical movie with Black Knight. I see him as more a guy who kind of pops up in other movies, and then maybe has a Disney Plus show. And then the only other thing, end credits, obviously, or mid, when Star Fox comes out.
Star
a lot
Fox
of people,
and Pip.
you know, and so that was cool. I know what was it? Harry Styles was playing him, and that was supposed to be like a big. Everybody was, oh my god! I don't give a shit. I care about the character.
I like the character.
But I will say that was cool. And a lot of people were saying, oh, so that, because we all kind of talked about possibly Thanos showing up, in like a flashback or something, and them explaining that. I think they did to a certain extent explain, but like they, and what they were there to do in the Celestials and why they kept them, from interfering and stuff. It makes sense now. But I do think that, people were like, oh, see, he's not a Celestial. Well, no, because he even said brother of Thanos. And then he also said fellow Eternals. So we know that he and by relation to his brother, Thanos, was at least part Eternal. So they're not erasing that from the MCU, and not transferring that over from the comics. It's just a different way of approaching it. I don't think we're going to see Thanos again. I think Josh Brolin is like he did his thing. He's moving on. You're not going to diminish the character by bringing somebody else in to play him or something. I think Thanos is done. Maybe they do like a flashback type thing at some point, whatever. I think he was brother of Thanos. It was contextual because a lot of people that are watching the MCU movies have no idea who Star Fox is. So that was more just a contextual kind of thing. I don't think we're getting more Thanos coming back or anything like that. I think they're full tilt into Kang. But I do think that this has the potential. I think the Celestials, and the way that they respond to how everything happened and the fact that a Celestial wasn't born and stuff, I think that might be a mechanism that they use to possibly attract the attention of a certain big purple world eater. And maybe we get Galactus and we get the Herald, maybe we get Silver Surfer coming in and they'll tie that into Fantastic Four and stuff. But I think this could tie into how those are brought into the MCU as they continue to explore that galactic nature of the MCU. That wasn't rapid fire. That was fucking long. But I said what I said.
No, that's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
It definitely had its flaws, but it also had some really, really good elements. I enjoyed it for what it was, knowing that, okay, I wish they had done this. I wish they had been a little more faithful here. But for the most part, I think they accomplished what they set out to do. It's just not a lot of people understand what exactly they set out to do and what this laid the groundwork.
If you don't know the comic, you're lost.
And if you do, then you have ideas now of like, okay, so they're going this way, they're going this route. But if you don't, then you're just clueless. If you don't have that comics background, you're like,
you're lost.
I don't know what the hell they're doing.
Exactly.
Which can be a problem.
Yeah, true.
That's true.
Vinny, but before I'll say it after you get done. I'll give my brief thoughts after, because like I said, I know Vinny, you wanted to kind of touch bases on this a bit and what you felt. I know when we left the theater, you were like, I'm torn. You said you were torn. There were things that you just didn't sit well with you, and we didn't really get a chance to discuss it. But here's your platform to speak and let it rip. Don't fart though.
Nah.
Just
man, I wanted to love this. I didn't. I liked it enough to, be interested and along for the ride, but I feel like it was a very messy ride. There was a lot of bouncing around that just was confusing and not concise. There was a lot of time jumping and a lot of slow, methodical character building. And I am all for art films. I love slow, methodical films when the characters are intriguing and the story is well written. And I feel like, for whatever reason, the purpose was like admirable, but the execution just was poor.
Right.
I felt like it wasn't clear what was going on, and the performances just felt really flat to me. And I get they're not humans, so they shouldn't really act human, and I didn't want a buddy happy like comic relief film where everybody is cracking jokes. However, like half the performances is like they were just dead inside. And I get that part of that is supposed to be because they've been here for thousands of years and they're depressed, but you can only take but so much of that before it feels like you're depressed too watching this shit. You know,
right.
It's flat. It was just like there was, and then the characters that were like lively, like Gilgamesh or like Makari, like they were not seen as much as the characters who were less interesting. Like Icarus's performance, like, I mean, that's like that was a chore watching him act. It just was not for me. And like, shout out to him, like no disrespect, but it wasn't entertaining to me. I really did not like the Deviant's character design. That's not so much of this film is not Jack Kirby's Eternals.
Right.
I expected, you know, that's one of the downsides of not watching the trailers. I didn't realize quite, instead of the Deviants that I'm used to, we got like the Ghostbuster dogs, and it's like, all right, and instead of them being a challenge to the Eternals because they were breeding like rabbits and there was thousands, millions of them that they had to fight, they'd have trouble taking down one. And their power sets were all over the place. Like Icarus would take one down like that, and then another scene, he'd be getting his ass kicked by him. It's like it wasn't clear like how strong they were. None of the Eternals virtually, except for a few, were like anywhere near as powerful as they should be. And instead of giving us more deviants and letting them keep their power, they just fluctuated the power scale, which is one of the things about Marvel that's very frustrating. We know they've been here for thousands of years. This isn't Doctor Strange, who isn't going to know all of his powers on the first original movie. They've been here for 1,000 years. They should be able to, you know, throw down. They shouldn't have trouble fighting one deviant by themselves. Each Eternal should be able to take out one deviant, and they had trouble. It was a little frustrating. I also wasn't really thrilled with the Celestials. The point of the Celestials being in a planet and being born after 1 million years when Earth is supposed to be way more than 1 million years old, and they made it seem like that's the only way that they're re-inhabiting their species, as opposed to the black matter and other ways. You know, there's different ways that they're born, and there's only like about a handful of them, not millions and millions of Celestials. So that was another thing that they kind of switched up. Also, the scientific ramifications of something the size of a Celestial in the core of the Earth, getting out of it without destroying the Earth in its process. The scientific so that's tough. You know, it's that was a lot to like. Okay, but it wasn't. That was a lot of negative, but they definitely had their positives. Makari, the way they handled her speed in the film was like wiped a lot of that, you know, that I didn't like out, because it's getting really old seeing slow motion for speed being the only way to tackle how a speedster is represented on screen. So it was very refreshing seeing the speedster in real time for once. That was so awesome. And she was an amazing character. And as to Brandon's point about the chemistry between Cersei and Icarus, I felt like there was more chemistry between Druid and Makari in 4 seconds than there was between the you know, our two main stars in the whole film. So that was cool. Druid was amazing too. And
that, I think that actor turned a lot of heads. I think he was
absolutely.
one of the and like also the rumor is, we don't know if it's actually true, but the rumor is that he turns up in Matt Reeves' The Batman as the Joker.
Yeah.
They keep saying that. I keep seeing that all over the place.
Yeah,
I dig it. I mean, he was great. I also really hated that no one came back. They're Eternals. They get reincarnated when they die. And why are they called the Eternals if their death
if they die?
It doesn't make any sense. And now, granted, even if they come back in the second film, you kind of like, okay, they didn't even allude to the fact that might happen. It just was like, you just had to eat it. You know what I mean? Like, we might.
I think what they were saying was that, like,
to us, we know, but I mean, like, a lot of the film, it's a catch-22. There's so much of this film that you can't appreciate if you don't read the comics, and there's so much of this film you won't really hate unless you read the comics. So it's like it's for us and not for us at the same time, and they just pick and choose which parts they're going to use. And it's like I'm not exactly sure what to feel because of so much of this film has changed. So it's kind of like, all right, but I really didn't like that they didn't have anyone come back. They just kind of washed over that. They made Eternals just be simply that they had a long life and that if they died, that's it. But yet,
that's crazy, man.
Marvel
does that
in the movie though. They did say that, like, because what's his name was like, I was wondering how we managed to like get off the planet and survive every time.
Right.
Now,
I get they might like
because
if
they were taken off by the Celestials.
Right.
So it's their they were able to be like but they're not just like eternal without the Celestials. That's the thing. So if the Celestials don't get them off of that planet, then they do die when the new Celestial is born. I think that's in the MCU
I get it. I also
version.
took it as
Mother Earth, the egg,
transferred to another planet if Tiamat had been born. I don't know, but the point is, I don't know, and I don't feel like there's certain things I don't feel like is fun to be left up to the imagination, and there's certain things I don't want baby spoon fed to me. That was one of the things I just wasn't really like. It left me felt like unsatisfied with. Then of course you had the 2 after credit scenes. Obviously, the Black Knight Blade tease was incredible, and it's something really telling about a film when the after credit sequence is what has everybody buzzing.
Except for the movie.
Isn't the way it's supposed to be. That's supposed to be a cherry on top.
Crazy.
Like, plus this? Wow.
Plus this, right.
But nah, everybody in the theater was buzzing about that. Everybody I've talked to that had something like, what's your favorite thing? Yo, you gotta see that after credit scene. They're bringing in Blade. That's what everybody's talking about. Like, I'm super stoked to see Black Knight. Kit Harington, I think he did an amazing job with just a little time he had in this film. Black Knight, Blade don't got shit to do with the Eternals, and yet that's what everyone is taking from this movie, and there's something wrong with that. Star Fox and Pip, like that's interesting. I'm excited to see where they're going with that. I'm really hyped to see future storytelling of the Celestials. I feel like that's what should have been focused on more, maybe more of a balance. Every time they were out in space, focusing on the Celestials, then had my full attention. That was incredible. That's the type of shit we haven't seen enough of in Marvel, and that's where we're going. So I was really excited to see that stuff. The Celestial stuff was great. Makari, Blade, and Black Knight tease. Those were the pros, and I just felt like this movie just had too many cons on the other side, and it's a bummer because I really wanted to love this, and I really hate bitching about this movie because the things that the critics complained about isn't exactly even why I didn't like it. I was excited for a more artsy type of a superhero film. That's right up my alley. Like Unbreakable is one of the best superhero films ever, and that's barely anything happens in that movie. So if it's character building and it takes a long time to breathe and it's slow, methodical, great. But it has to be good too. You can't just have a slow.
I think the biggest knock against this movie is untapped potential. It's not that there's
so
anything,
much there.
I don't think this is to me anyway. I don't think there's anything in this movie that is straight out bad. I enjoyed this movie. I liked it. I'm gonna watch it again. I enjoyed the movie. But I recognize its flaws, and I recognize that the biggest drawback for me is untapped potential. Whereas, I see this, and I'm like, oh, that would have been so good if they had just taken it a step further, or if they had just reframed it like this. It's not, to me, a steaming pile of horseshit like Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
Right.
Okay?
It has so
where
much
I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh my...
But
where I'm like, oh, this is so fucking bad. Like, why would you do that? Why? This was more like, oh, why didn't you take it this far? Why didn't you do this?
Yeah, because you see,
that would have taken this from a 7 to a 10. You know what I mean? That's where I think it's the untapped potential right there. And I think some people, to me, I don't, when people are like, oh, this fucking movie was horrible, this and that, I don't get that, because I think there was so much about this movie that was very good. It was just, it had the potential to be epic, and it fell short of that. But I mean, if you like Venom, like Let There Be Carnage, and you don't like the Celestials,
don't even mention that
the Eternals, then we can't be friends. We can't talk. I'm sorry.
You see the classic misuse of power too, though, man. Like Marvel always does. Look how they did the Hulk. He went from being like Ed Norton's Hulk to he was a beast, and now he's like this little guy in the lab again. Like, come on, bro. Like they did the same thing with Thor. And now they're doing it with Icarus and
you don't have
like,
to. You don't have to
weaken all over the place, bro.
Yeah, you don't have to weaken
the
heroes to give them a struggle. Strengthen the villains.
Come on, man.
So real quick, and then like I said, because I want to, but I appreciate that, Vinny. Because I wanted to hear it, so I needed to hear where you were coming from. But okay, so I'll say this: I did see this movie 3 or 4 times, and I do it that way so I can kind of dissect things, and then I can give my final thoughts on it. Did I love the film? Yes, I did. Did I like the film? Put it that way. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. But here's my thought, and this is what I basically thought about after I watched it so many times. The biggest misstep for this film being introduced now is that you're, in a sense, the expectation is for the fans just to enjoy it because it's an MCU film. Okay? Not looking at the simple fact that there will be questions, because you're basically diving into such a large platform. They're a large medium. When you're dealing with characters, you're dealing with creation, because there's so much rich history that a lot of people don't really know about the Eternals. So my thought was, I think the attempt was great, but the wrong time to release the film. So just follow me here. I think what they basically should have done is given people snippets in certain films of these characters. Have them show up at end credits in certain things, right? And then bring it all together. Basically build the hype for these characters so people can really know or understand. Have them mentioned by someone else. So then we're so vested in trying to figure out, okay, who are these characters? Because people would be excited and it would allow them to go back and really learn a lot more than to just thrust the film out there automatically and have the expectations that people will. So people like you and I will get it because we're comic book fans. We're loyal to the lore. But a lot of people didn't really see it that way. So I understand why this film is so divisive. I was looking at it from not only just the movie aspect of it, the science, the spirituality. I was looking at everything as a whole when it came to the film. And the actual, not just now the deviants. That was one of the things that I didn't like about the film, because I didn't enjoy what they did with them and the attempt. It made absolutely no sense. They were just a placement, a prop piece in a film. They didn't really have purpose or substance. So they could have been left out of the film. I did appreciate the story being told from the perspective of the Eternals. I get that, because that's where it was supposed to be. You couldn't, and the only link to humanity that we had was Dean Whitman. I like that. So I did get that. But again, just after watching it, I think that if this film possibly would have been released later down the road and given them more time, more progression, more hype behind those particular characters, it would have probably been a bit more well off. But again, you just have to accept it for what it is. Maybe, like I said, once they release it on Disney Plus and I watch it, and I watch behind the scenes and stuff like that, then I can actually understand it. Got my daughter in the building real quick. She said, what if they made the Eternals a series in Disney Plus instead? Do you think it could have been better? Yes, baby girl, we do. That's like Lynch Design mentioned, and a lot of people were mentioning that. If it had possibly been a Disney Plus show, it would have been easier to kind of expand. But again, I don't know. Again, and it's not taken away from Chloe Zhao when it comes to that. And I had my feelings about that. Like with Chloe, they should have groomed her more for the MCU. She's good on the outside of it. When it comes to, and I'm not saying that she didn't put together an excellent, piece or, I'm just saying that they should have groomed her more within the MCU. Have her direct some of the shows, have her, just
Get her
come
warmed
along and
up.
just get her warmed up for it.
Yeah.
But again, I don't even think it was her fault.
Mhm.
I think a lot of it was executive decision, people basically coming in, putting their hands in it, and it probably even kind of rubbed, Kevin Feige the wrong way. When you have a film such as Shang-Chi that comes along and completely wipes, it was a phenomenal film. I've seen it now on
amazing,
TV
bro.
a couple of times
Mhm.
because I love it. But I just think that with this film, it could have been much better if, in fact, they kind of did something a bit. If they would have just given it time to kind of evolve with fans, with just give it time in other films and then build it up. It's too late to really cry over spilled milk now because it's already released. You just have to hopefully if they release another one, it's better. Hopefully they'll explain some of, and they'll walk back on some of the mistakes that they basically made in this one. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say. But I kind of want to move on to like the next topic. But I'm glad we had this discussion.
At best we get Angelina and maybe one other character from Hot Toys, but
hell yeah,
Probably Icarus. Probably gonna be Icarus.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think it'd be
maybe Cersei. But
it'd be Icarus, Cersei.
I don't think
yeah.
they do.
And
I don't think they
Icarus,
do
Cersei, and Athena.
Ajax because Salma Hayek's role was significantly reduced from what we thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
If they do a Makari, I will flip my wig, bro. That'd be a day one.
There's a snowball's chance in hell. We're not getting.
Hey, you never know. But if they did,
Gilgamesh.
if they did, I'm just saying, I would definitely jump on it. But anyway, it is.
Honestly,
what it is.
I think that Athena, that Angelina, that's Marvel's Shazam. It's not getting made.
Yeah, who knows?
Well, true. Yeah, definitely.
They teased it, but that doesn't mean shit.
They
You're right.
teased Shazam.
Exactly.
Sure did.
Yeah, I don't
So-
think they're gonna make them. And if they do, it's like one, maybe two. They're definitely not making the whole.
Yep.
There's no way.
No. So what I want to jump in, of course, is going to be the event that took place on Friday. So let's just bring it up a bit. Because I know I want to kind of elevate a little bit because I was excited about what I saw on Friday. I was really excited about a lot of the shows that I've seen. There are more to be listed. There's more here, but I'm just pulling up these because I wanted to talk about this first. But the one that took me completely by surprise, literally took me by surprise, and I was happy as fuck when they did this, was the X-Men 97.
Hell yeah.
Oh man,
Yo, that
I
shit-
cannot wait for that, bro.
That shit blew my mind. Because at
Only
first
had
when they
2
released it,
seasons.
I was like, wait a minute. Are they just doing this? Is this just letting us know this already on Disney Plus?
I cannot.
And then it was
wait,
like, well,
dude.
nah.
Yep.
Excuse my language, but they better keep that fucking theme.
Yeah.
The same
keep that
thing.
theme. Keep the theme music.
No,
Don't
no,
change that
no,
shit up.
no. Keep the theme. Keep the same team. That's all I
Keep
want.
the same
bro.
team. Keep the same. I want you to keep the same graphics. To be
Yeah,
quite
keep the
honest,
same
animation.
keep the same animation.
Same
Don't
animation.
change anything about it.
Yep.
That X-Men 97, I cannot.
Yep.
You don't understand.
Yep.
It because they left the way the last season was left off. It was so much potential for more. So I'm glad they're gonna. But I was so super excited when they made that announcement about X-Men 97.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm pretty. It was a lot. People were like flipping over
Yeah.
this, right, bro?
That's
Yeah,
our
yeah.
childhood, bro.
Yeah.
Hell
definitely,
yeah!
bro.
It's like it's
That Wolverine
literally
voice is the
childhood,
only
bro.
one I hear when I see like a cartoon or something like that, or read the comics. When I read my comics, the guy who did that Wolverine voice, that's all I hear when I read the comics.
Mike Fiala, I'm the same way. I'm interested to see if they really pick up from where they left it. Me too. I'm hoping that they do because, I was
Season 2.
super excited about it. Like this, I was amazed that once they made that announcement that I was like, oh, okay. I didn't really, and I didn't even expect to get half the stuff that we have on this list. But man, I was. Vinny, how'd you feel about it, bro?
X-Men is such a special part of my childhood. Like that block of time in animation was. I mean, we had Batman animated series and X-Men and Gargoyles and like Superman and Justice League, and it's so special to people for my generation, because I feel like that was an era where if you didn't read comics, you had amazing animation shows to like kind of build your world knowledge of comics. So I know a lot of people who didn't read comics growing up, but they knew a shit ton of like actual lore because the comic shows and properties were so close to the source material that, you know what I mean? Like, and then later, so much of that got changed or like tweaked for the show where it wasn't like the source material anymore. So their source material coming from the cartoons wasn't as potent. And then it kind of transitioned to people, their version of knowing about comics was just movies. And from my generation, the cartoons were so close to the source material that it was like it was a grail. It was X-Men was the shit. Everybody watched X-Men. Like even if you weren't a comic book head, you watched X-Men, you watched Batman. That was the shit. Like how they handled their villains, like Apocalypse on that show, Mr. Sinister, like everything they did was like with so much love. And when I was the same boat as you. When they said it, I was just like, is this like saying that it's coming to Disney Plus or whatever? And I was like, oh shit, it's we're getting X-Men bringing back.
Yeah.
I also love the kind of like the curveball here, because they're prepping the world for them having that IP, and they're not ready to use it yet, but I feel like it's a
warm up.
It's basically a primer. It's a primer for the comic book movie fan base who doesn't have any X-Men to hold them over for probably a good 3-4 plus years until they're ready to put it out. This gives them something to get them ready and warmed up. I'm high. I can't wait,
bro. I was thinking about this on Friday. I would love to have Professor X voiced over by Brendan.
Oh man.
Yeah, that would be so.
Not the character that I would have thought of for my voice. I mean, I understand, the bald head and all, but
bro,
hey,
I can see Professor X or Gambit.
but naked telepath.
Hey, if you want Professor X as foul mouth Boston native,
that's
That's
the part. That's the part. That's the part. Like that part right there. That's what I'm talking about. I could just hear one swift, you motherfuckers. Like that's all I needed to hear.
That's
just
him.
One swift.
That's him.
I'm going to give Professor X a little of that Sam Jackson juice.
That's it.
There you go. No, seriously, when you heard the announcement, how did you feel about it, bro?
Dude, I was excited. It was funny because I had gotten down to Mohegan Sun to film for the weekend, so I wasn't like at home, and I wasn't even paying attention to the announcements and the panel like when they made it, because I was prepping and at the hotel and I was doing other stuff. So then when I jumped on my phone and I saw that, I was like, oh shit, that's crazy. But then when you think about it, it makes perfect sense to use the Disney Plus platform to do something like that. So I was very happy. I mean, look, I grew up like the X-Men was it for me. Like I read all kinds of comics. I read, but nothing was more so.
Nothing
like
compared to the X-Men, bro.
Yeah. For me, it was the X-Men.
Yeah.
It was the Phoenix Saga. It was Days of Future Past. It was
Fatal Attractions, bro.
It was the big one for me. It was the Executioner's song with
Strife and Cable.
That
set up a
awesome.
Platform for so much that was to come.
Yeah.
Bro.
That was a seminal moment in my like comic book education as a kid.
Yeah, it was a phenomenal run.
That was huge. You're looking at the artists and the writers that came up, and that Chris Claremont, and just like it was ridiculous. And then Jim Lee, and what we got for the X-Men in the 90s was just absolutely amazing. And then when you're a big comic book fan and you're, you know, growing up in the 80s and 90s when there isn't really much by way of comic book stuff on TV that you're getting, you know, there's like that, you know, super cheesy, like one season Spider-Man show and stuff. But like, other than that, like it was basically, you know, you had the, you know, the Incredible Hulk TV show back in the day, with Lou Ferrigno, you know, and you had, then they would do the, you know, the TV movies that they did with, you know, the Incredible Hulk and Thor and Daredevil and stuff. And, you know, those were fun, but they were few and far between. So when we actually got the comic, you know, when we actually got the cartoon, man, I was excited. I loved the hell out of that thing. And to then have it come back, it was awesome. It was the second most thing I was excited about that they revealed on that Friday.
It's number one.
I was very, very happy to see that come back.
Definitely, bro. Like I mean, again, if we had already had a sour taste in our mouths with other things, and you know what we didn't get, I mean, at least this kind of, you know, made up for most of the, you know, mistakes and some of the things that, you know,
smart timing on their part.
Yeah, really smart timing on their part. So another, of course, I can't go without saying that my excitement. Now, here's the thing. As excited as I am for this show, I'm just wondering which version we're going to actually get. Hold on, would it Malachi McBain, if Brendan becomes Professor X, then we'll have to change the name to X-Men to X-Motherfuckers. True. Yeah, it would. A couple motherfuckers everywhere now. But no.
Absolutely.
Moon Knight. I'm just going to jump right into Moon Knight because that is pretty much out of everything on here, you know, that is number one most anticipated show on this list is Moon Knight. I can't say it enough. Moon Knight, surprisingly enough, X-Men, because of the list and what we're actually seeing here, the X-Men actually came third because it came third. Moon Knight was number one for me, just because I never thought in a million fucking years, bro, that we would get Moon Knight.
Yeah, man.
Live action. Never thought in a million years that we would actually see Moon Knight live action on. And the thing is, how they now, it's a gift, but could also be a curse. Because if they do not get it right, it's going to hurt so bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's going to hurt. Because out of all characters that you have to get right, number one, you have to get Mark Spector right.
He's so tough.
He's tough. You have to get Mark Spector right before you can dive into anything else. But
and there's so many different versions.
Yeah.
And not just of the character, but over the course of years, writers have written him so many different ways and so many times it hasn't exactly grabbed. But, I mean, I remember posting the status, like, I don't know, 10 years ago saying, man, we're getting so much that I never thought we'd get. I hope we get a Moon Knight. And I can't believe it. Of course, I didn't watch the teaser, but I seen the still, and it looks like he has on what he should have on. Because I better not see that 3-piece suit, otherwise I'm gonna be pissed.
I mean, literally everything on this screen falls into the category of I never fucking thought we'd see.
Yep.
Literally every single one of them.
But of all the things on the screen, Moon Knight is something that I'm most excited about of the things I didn't see in the first fucking place. So like that's, I mean, just aesthetically, even just seeing that, you know, visually seeing him on screen is just incredible. But but it's very tricky. I mean, he's one of the most interestingly designed characters.
Did he drop out?
Yeah, I think so.
He dropped out. Yeah,
he must have shifted over an inch.
He moved.
He moved. He probably sneezed. Yeah, man. I mean, he dresses all white because he's like, I'm here. What the fuck are you gonna do about it? I need that. I'm cautiously optimistic. I love that Oscar's attached to it because he seems to not be able to miss lately. So hopefully he's on board for a good reason. You already know how I feel about Moon Knight. I could go on for another hour, so I'm gonna just.
And this I know, Joe. I wanted to actually tackle this with you really quick because I know you were equally as excited, as I was, when they, made this announcement, and when we discovered, and I'm pretty sure you watched Disney Plus. I don't want to give it away too much with Brendan. I mean, not with Brendan, but with Vinny.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you feel? How do you feel about what you've seen so far, bro?
Dude, I am so ready for this. Like, Oscar Isaac's range can do all of the personalities needed to portray this character. I believe that. And and back to what Vinny said, all white, it's like, yeah, I want to be seen. Fuck you guys. I'm here. What are you gonna do about it? I'm so pumped for this.
Yeah.
It looks great.
Yeah.
Him running across shit.
Go ahead. No, you good. Go ahead.
Running across the rooftop and then jumping and leaping and seeing the cape and everything.
Yeah, it was sick.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's what I seen stills, Joe, and I was like, when they first announced it, I was like, yo, they better not do the suit bullshit. Like, I get it for the comic, they try to change it up, make it do something different, but like,
this
we're not playing here. Like, give me the fucking all white everything,
all
like
white.
opposite of Jay-Z, opposite of Jay-Z, all white everything.
All white.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a new tone for them too, because this is darker. This is more in that Daredevil to the next level.
I'm telling you right now, if we don't get a fucking hot toy of Moon Knight, I will fucking find Howard Chan. I'm telling you right the
no-brainer
now.
Definitely a hot toy, bro.
You know how hard you gotta fuck up not to have a dope looking hot toy of that?
Right.
Literally.
Right.
If you don't make that shit, Howard Chan,
bro.
you just
I'll be so
you would never
bro.
have my confidence again. Straight up.
Yeah, man.
That's a long night at Howard's house.
It's a bunch of Joe. Remember that scene in an airplane when everybody was lining up to smack the lady because she kept. That's how it's gonna be.
Oh man.
Double smacks, like double smacks. Somebody gonna have to probably pull Brendan off him though.
Yeah.
Everybody hitting with old hot toys in the head.
Exactly. Jedi Kid, though, what you think about this, bro?
I cannot wait for this, bro. And to hear his different voices from the different personalities bro, this is going to be amazing, bro. That whole scene where Joe was talking about where he jumped across the roof in front of the moon, I was like, oh my, I'm sold. Bro. I cannot wait for this. This is going to be, I think if they do it right, this could be one of the best comic book adaptations to film they've done in a long, long time. So I love that the suit, like I said, it looks all white. None of that like no like black undertones and nothing like that. It looks all white. So I cannot wait. Wait. This is gonna be a classic. It's gonna be a classic. You watch. I think Isaac will finally get his first hot toy figure because Star Wars did him dirty. So this would be his first. You know what I'm saying?
There's no Poe hot toy, huh?
No, because everybody hated that character, so they did no Poe. But
they teased
he should definitely get one for this figure, bro.
Yeah,
dude, and he's a collector too. That's so messed up. He's a collector too.
He is.
Yeah, he collects hot toys too, bro. So I mean, this will be his first one of himself.
He probably put that in his clause. I will not play this movie unless I get a hot toy.
Right.
If I don't get a fucking hot toy, I'm not buying this. You know what I mean? Hell yeah.
This would be classic though, bro. Classic.
Definitely would. Definitely. Brendan, I know we've had an exchange back and forth about the books. You know what I mean? Like this is basically in our wheelhouse, bro. What you think about it?
Yeah, so when we're talking about like as far as like overall, this is number one, my biggest hype. When I said there's something else that I was the most excited about from their announcements, in terms of stuff that we didn't know already was coming. This we already knew, and I've been on 1 to 10. I've been at like fucking 70 for a while now on this, so I'm super excited for this. I think Oscar Isaac he's the perfect guy for this. I also think a lot of people that just really got a sense of how good he was in Dune are now excited about him in this. I'm just thinking cinematic, like the visuals, the cinematography in this show, I think is going to be something special because it's just the visuals in this, man. Anybody who is familiar with this character and reads the books, you know that, man, we're going to see some really special shit in this show. I cannot wait for this. I think it's probably my most anticipated Disney Plus show across the board. I'm talking Star Wars too. Like, I think this, as much as I can't wait for that Ahsoka show, as much as I can't wait for, for Andor and for the Obi-Wan show, like
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
If I could pick any one of them to be able to just watch right now, Marvel or Star, it's this. It's Moon Knight. 100% without question, it's Moon Knight.
I'm more hyped for this than any of the movies they got on the way too.
Yeah, to be honest. I mean, and part of that is like, look, I can't wait for Spider-Man No Way Home, but at the same time, we've already seen multiple Spider-Man movies and multiple movies with Spider-Man in it. We've never seen Moon Knight off of the comic book page, and I never thought we would. So I'm kind of in the realm where I know this is happening. I know it's real, but part of me is like, I'm not going to let myself believe it's real until I actually have it in front of me to fucking watch, until that first episode drops.
True.
Just because I don't want to fucking wake up tomorrow and be like, oh shit, that was a dream. I cannot wait for this. It's such a good character that so few people really, really know about, and I think this is going to be a special surprise for a lot of people who they tune in and they see something that it's going to be cool. It's going to be fucking cool.
Definitely. I echo every sentiment that everybody's saying. I mean, it's
good choice of words, because that's where I'm going next.
Oh, bro, listen. I already had it prepped. Because that right there is.
Otherwise, I was gonna be fucking taken over, man. Because
that was my second. That one right there. This one. Hold on. Let me actually pull it up here really quick. That was my literally my second most anticipated. Behind everything else, it's this. It's Echo. It is Echo.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Hands down, it is Echo. It was my second. Good. After Moon Knight, it was Echo. The complete and to know that we are actually in less than a week or 2 weeks away from Hawkeye.
We got 9 days. We got 9. We have one more episode.
Was it November 19th?
Talks with Friends.
Yes.
Before it drops. It's the day before Thanksgiving. So it's 24th.
24th.
That Hawkeye drops.
Damn, that's close.
So next week. A week from tonight, I think we got to be talking about Hawkeye
and
what we're getting ready for, because that show, oh god, I can't wait for that.
We finally get the Hawkeye uniform from the comics, bro. That's gonna be sick.
There's so much about it that is calling back to Matt Fraction's run on Hawkeye.
I'm glad we didn't have to wait for Daredevil to get Echo.
Yeah,
I know, bro. Yeah,
well, I'll get into it, but that's one of the things why I'm so excited about this. But
hey,
I'll take it.
Max Geekdom, I know you said you don't know who this is, but you will.
You will.
Motherfucker, you will.
You will.
One of the most creative.
Yes.
Such an amazing character.
A deaf mute character. Echo. Deaf.
Yep.
But it is a phenomenal. This run was so phenomenal, bro.
Let me. So for Max, anybody who doesn't know, I'm just a quick. This is Echo. Okay, she, like Lael said, deaf, Native American.
Yep.
Okay, and similar. Not the exact same thing, and you'll see how it plays out, but similar to like Taskmaster, where she can basically see and echo, mimic like, any like physical motion, fighting style. All right. Like, so crazy skilled hand-to-hand combat.
Yes.
And obviously that kind of duality with Daredevil, because
like a Daredevil that can see
versus deaf, and
Mm-hmm.
then the way they use those powers. She the Kingpin basically has her father killed, and then kind of tries to like raise her as a surrogate daughter, and use her in his organization as an assassin, and convinces her that Daredevil killed her father. Obviously, she figures that out eventually, you know, tries to kill Wilson Fisk, succeeds sort of, and then, you know, she's got battles with the Hand. She's got battles with Daredevil, with Elektra. She's got a history of actually taking on the Ronin mantle, and she's got a long history with Hawkeye. She's got a long history with Doctor Strange. She was a member of the New Avengers. So she's got reach with so many different characters
in a small amount of time. She's not
yes, she hasn't been around that
She's been
long.
all over the place, man.
She's a modern character, which is awesome because we all know how hard it is to make new characters successful.
And they knocked it out of the park with this one, and we're gonna get to see her first in Hawkeye. But I never thought we were actually going to get a show,
live action.
Right? And with the rumblings that we're going to get some form of Daredevil in Spider-Man, okay?
I cannot wait.
Now that we're going to see Echo here, that lends some more validity to that.
I think at this point,
I'm telling you,
they're going to cross paths. You watch.
I'm telling you,
if we're bringing in Echo and Daredevil and Kingpin and Ronin, Hawkeye, like,
they're
and
going to
all
fight.
of these things together, there is the potential for what we could get on this, man. Like, I got a nerd boner on this one, man. Not gonna lie, I was fucking like, dude. I went from I saw this. I went from 6 to midnight. I'm not gonna lie.
When Marvel trying to redo the Daredevil, bringing him back trying to make a movie. That's gonna be crazy if Echo meets him after this Hawkeye shit and after Spider-Man. It's a wrap. That's gonna be instant classic, bro.
Linda, I know you said I won't believe Daredevil until I see him. I'm not gonna say how. I'm just gonna say
believe it.
Believe it.
It's happening.
Believe it. It's going to happen. Linda, it's about to happen.
I'm not gonna
I can't say how
or anything, but believe it.
Listen,
but believe it. It is about to happen. It is going to happen in
that also
such a big way. Hell yeah!
I can't wait till that movie comes out because I'm so sick of the internet giving us that whole movie through spoilers and leaks and rumors. It's like, at this point, I'm the only one not rumored to be in the next Spider-Man movie.
Yeah,
let's get it. Let's get it already.
Vinny, you might want to just say I'm unplugging tomorrow because tomorrow the new trailer drops.
Oh, the trailer comes out.
Yep.
I feel like they're gonna give a bunch more from that.
Yeah,
so,
that's what Sony does. They give you as much.
I
as
agree.
They possibly
Sony gives
can.
too much.
Too much.
They're going to show them other Spider-Man.
Agree.
You watch. They're going to show them. They're going to show them somehow.
I agree.
I mean, who's sitting there thinking, I don't know if I want to see a Spider-Man movie or not. I hope I get to see the other last 2 minutes of this movie I haven't been shown yet.
Sony gives it away in the posters too, though. There was no reason to put the Green Goblin in the poster,
the background
that they put out. Like, there was no reason to do that. Just leave that off.
Yeah.
Like, to me personally, they shouldn't have revealed a single thing beyond when they did like Doc Ock and the Alfred Molina. That was supposed to be a big thing.
Yeah.
Stop right there. Don't say another fucking word, and just let everybody wonder, well, if they did that, what else might we get?
Right.
And don't spoil anything else. So I agree on that. I like trailers, but I agree on that front. They fucked up, gave too much away.
Yeah. Vinny, Echo, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like that's another super surprise for me, and I love it because it's a film as a character that I never thought I'd see in film, and I'm all for now. After Shang-Chi, I have confidence in Marvel doing martial arts on screen properly. So we have been longing for something like Daredevil, grittiness and martial arts in the Disney Plus and Marvel shows. So I'm really excited to see her on screen getting it. And I mean, I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad we didn't have to wait for Daredevil for her. I'm really excited at the potential for the different things that Echo is capable of, how they will visually and audibly represent what she's able to do. Like, I would love to see them use some of the techniques they use in the Don't Breathe films, because they do so many interesting and incredible things with the audio in those films.
Yeah.
Like when they flatten no ambient sound and they do different things, and there's so many interesting editorial audio decisions in those films, and I would love to see them apply those to her show. And I when they said, when they announced Echo, I had to do a double take. I was like, are you fucking with me?
I just couldn't believe it, bro. Like, it's crazy.
Amazing.
Yeah. Joe, Echo, bro. Echo,
Dude,
man.
When they announced this, I was so happy, but I was even more happy for Brennan. Opens up the Daredevil verse.
Daredevil.
MCU.
I need that, bro.
And Maya Lopez is a badass, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So skilled.
Yes.
So
Super skilled.
Precise. And that whole relationship being Wilson Fisk's stepdaughter, and that whole relationship, the ups and downs. I am super stoked on this. And I really want Daredevil in the MCU, so I know that's happening.
No, what's happening?
And news of Wilson Fisk showing up in Hawkeye as well. So this, I think, was a huge surprise for me, and I was wondering if you all were as pumped as I was.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, no doubt.
6 to midnight, my friend. 6 to midnight.
Definitely, bro.
Yo, Jedi Kid, bro.
I just couldn't believe it, because she's only been out for a couple of years now. Like, and then to have her already in live action, dude. Like, I'm.
That speaks a lot for the character. That speaks a lot for the character.
Like, definitely. I'm so stoked to see this story, bro. They got to have her at some point cross with Daredevil. Maybe he'll show up in this show. I'm hoping he'll show up in this show, and maybe like in a later episode or something like that.
And that's the thing why people are like, oh, if they it's just like cameos or this and that, like from Spider-Man. Like, there's some of these things in Spider-Man and some of these other movies and shows that are going to be cameos, but they're ones that are going to be much more fleshed out in their long term. And here's the thing: you don't bring a character like Echo in if you don't
without having a cameo.
The most powerful storytelling she's been a part of, which has involved Daredevil, Wilson Fisk. All right, she has a great connection with Ronan in Hawkeye. All right, she has a great relationship and connection with Doctor Strange, which I really hope we get to see explored in the MCU.
Definitely,
all right?
They gotta do that.
She had a really good relationship with Cap too, because Daredevil actually recommended her to Cap as a member of the New Avengers.
Right.
So there, obviously, we don't have Chris Evans in there, but I could see them using Sam Wilson in that. In that vein too, right?
Definitely could.
She's got this rich Native American heritage. That there's so much that's cool about this character, but you don't. Like, as much as I love the character, I don't see them bringing her in if they don't plan to tap into that rich storytelling history, albeit extremely short.
That's what I'm saying.
That she has to get.
But that's the beauty of Disney Plus now, because they can bring in a character like her.
Yeah,
they have to have him on the show. If she's on the show for sure, right? They gotta have him on the show, bro. I cannot wait for this, dude. When I saw the Echo announcement, I'm like, what the hell? Marvel is making moves.
Yeah, the stuff that they're doing, and then what we can hope we get from Hot Toys. I mean, think about all these things, Moon Knight, and you think about Echo. I mean, dude, there's no there's no fucking way that Vinny can hold out for much longer. If they put up Moon Knight for pre-order. If they put up a motherfucking Moon Knight for pre-order, there is no way you will not pre-order that.
I know.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm saying no to a Moon Knight. That's crazy.
You can't.
You
An
can't.
Echo, and to have an Echo and a Daredevil and a Kingpin that isn't a quarter scale when it was supposed to be a 6 scale.
What's so,
Right.
You know,
Right.
like, fuck, come on, man. Like,
Right.
I'm
Just
so
think about-
excited for this stuff.
just
Right.
think
we're
about
gonna
how
get,
awesome
man.
this is for like the storytelling aspect. Like if they
Yeah.
had a Daredevil show 2 years from now and they wanted to have Echo in it, like they don't have to fucking spend half of that show.
She's
explaining
gonna
who
be
she
there.
is. You already know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, and we're getting her in Hawkeye first, and then
Mhm.
her own show,
Yeah.
and we're gonna see her in. Oh my god, like,
Yeah.
and then just think about like Echo and Elektra going
Yeah.
up.
Oh,
Like, there's
fighting?
so much
Oh
that
my
they
God.
can do.
That's
It's
gonna
Yo,
be
like,
stupid. That's gonna be stupid.
Brendan
Dude.
reminds me of that. Remember that back in the day, that Native American commercial when the Indian would hit the Native American
That single tear.
that single
The
tear.
single tear.
That's it. That's it.
He's the-
Brendan's gonna be like,
Brendan's the single tear dude,
tear.
bro. He just turned
Yep.
around. and
fuck yeah, man.
Yep.
Yep,
Yep.
absolutely, goddamn, dude. This thing, and but that's another thing that's really cool though, is because you
Dylan
can
is
count the Native American characters on one hand.
On one hand,
that
yep.
have any level of, you goddamn right, Bob Dylan. You goddamn right.
Right. Right.
And so this is another really great step
Yeah.
in broadening that representation.
Warpath.
Representation,
All right.
inclusion, evolution,
Female
bro. Like,
Native
exactly.
American
Mhm.
character,
Mhm.
and to get to explore that more. I love that. The character is so, and here's the thing, even if you strip away that aspect of the character, the Native American, the storytelling,
still
the
rich.
relationships that she has
Very
with these
rich.
other Marvel characters
Mhm.
are just so damn good
Mhm.
that, yeah, I absolutely cannot wait for this series. It is by far of the new announcements. That's why,
Mhm.
as much of an old school like X-Men head that I am,
Mhm.
reading the comics, loving that 90s cartoon, the Echo was by far the thing I was
She's dope.
most excited about.
The butt naked
Butt
single
naked
tear.
The
she
spelling
is
is a little suspect there, but I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
What's naked?
But come on, man. Like, anybody who is familiar with this character, you have to be just like over the goddamn moon that this is
Yeah.
going to be a thing, because it's
Yeah.
going to be something special. Like, I
shout out to
really,
David
really
Mack
think
and
it.
Joe Quesada. I know
Yeah.
they're through the roof.
Yes,
The
Yeah.
creators.
Yeah.
Exactly.
man, it's
Well, see, the
Oh.
thing is, so it was mentioned, like, even when Kevin Feige was talking about it, he said that he spoke with them about the character. He spoke with the motivation behind it and how they wanted to actually get her into Hawkeye, and they explained the synopsis and asked them whether or not
And
they gave the blessing, and they were like, "Oh hell yeah!" Like the story sounds phenomenal. So
Yeah.
And
There you
David
go.
is such a cool dude. Like, his style inspires my watercolor shit so much. And every time
Yeah.
we're at the con, I stop and talk to him, and he's like one of the most down to earth cats
Yes, he
you'll
is.
ever meet. And I'm so thrilled for him.
Now,
I love
Do you
that
guys think
we're
that-
getting him. Go ahead.
do you think that Black Widow sister's gonna show up in this movie in this show?
Yes, in the
Yeah.
show.
oh,
yes,
and
yes.
Hawkeye, yeah, yeah.
I hope
I
so.
don't know
Otherwise,
how
there's
They
no
much-
haven't announced her at all, bro.
She'll be
because
there.
otherwise, there's no point for that movie. To me,
Right.
I think she's gonna show up. I don't know
How big of
how
a role she'll
much
have?
of a presence. It might
Mhm.
be they're still playing the long game, and she might be
Last
factoring into
episode.
the next thing down the road, and so it's
Right.
like another like one or two steps on this show. But the rest of the journey is coming. I don't know. It might be she's like full tilt in like 4 or 5 episodes, or there's 6. So like, who knows
Mhm.
how many she's going to be in. I love that element though. I mean, I know Vinny hasn't watched, any of this, but like this shit, it feels like, especially with the Christmas atmosphere, it feels like
Feels
it's
so
going to be
good.
fucking Die Hard. It feels like Die
Yeah,
Hard.
it could.
Man.
It
Die
does.
Hard's the
It
number one
feels
movie for me for a
so,
long
like, the
time. This might
tone,
be taking
everything,
over.
It's just, yeah,
I'm excited
and-
for it. It's definitely a sleeper show.
And the thing
Mhm.
is, bro, like, I know
think
you don't
this is
watch
gonna be
trailers,
so
Vinny.
fun.
You don't watch trailers, but bro, that trailer, the last one of these, the sizzle reel, not even, it wasn't a sizzle reel, it was basically a scene, a short scene that they showed was
With the
fucking
trick.
phenomenal.
I'll go
Yeah,
back and
bro.
watch it. I'll go
Fucking
back and watch it
phenomenal.
after then.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
But-
Vinny, this is the thing where after this show is over, you'll go back and you'll watch the trailer and be like, "Damn, those are
Yeah.
fun." Like
Yeah.
that is a
They
good
were
trailer.
setting
You
the
gotta
mood.
watch it,
That's
bro.
that's
Hell
what you
yeah.
that's what the purpose should be like. Set the tone, but
And
not
I
give
will
too much
say,
away. But
to give Disney Plus the credit on this, though, I feel that in this case, the trailers that they've put out, I
Yeah.
feel like they give a good sense of the tone, but they don't give a ton away from this show.
Nah, they don't.
Plot, like you really haven't gotten much plot. It's more just some banter with him and Kate Bishop, and some like chases and explosions and stuff. They are not giving away big character moments and plot in these trailers at all. So
and they showed
just
Echo,
giving
but
you
briefly.
that Christmas action Die Hard kind of vibe, but not giving anything else. I think
for them to announce Echo was deep, bro.
Yeah, I think everything that they've shown so far is probably from the first, maybe the first two episodes.
That's it. Second episode. Yep.
Like we haven't seen anything in this that's from episodes like 4, 5, 6.
I agree.
It's just mainly from the first drop.
This is gonna be my shit.
So this is going to be my shit for a specific reason. You wonder why I wore it green purposely because of that. But
I've got the Endgame Hulk arriving tomorrow.
We talked about this, and I was extremely hype about them doing a She-Hulk show. Now, I'm just hoping that they don't go over the top, way too over the top with comedy, bro. I hope they don't.
That's what I'm just about to tell you. Oh my god!
Don't dwarf her like that. But from what I've seen, and like I said, just this scene, I wanted to find just this scene right here gives me hope. It's the color scheme, it's the build, it's everything. And yo, I'm this nervous, was probably one that I'm nervous, but I mean,
I'm one of my favorites.
Hell yeah, bro.
I really like She-Hulk, bro, and I'm nervous that they're gonna make it like too overly funny and shit. Like they keep doing that to the Hulk and Thor, two of the most powerful Avengers, are like the butts of the joke now. I hate that, bro. Like
yeah. So I mean, I'm hoping that they don't do it with this one, but I was extremely excited about it. The announcement, we knew that it was coming, but then they showed like just a brief little trail, like maybe a 30-second, not even that. It was like just brief, but it was nice.
Oh yeah, it was super short.
And Vinny, without spoiling anything, I will say you will be happy that the Hulk gets his arm back.
It shouldn't have ever been a question.
It shouldn't have been a question.
Thank you.
He gets his arm back, so his arm is normal. So we do see that. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
But yes, this right here, I mean, we're getting so much shit, bro. But this definitely right now is phenomenal. Like I cannot wait for She-Hulk, bro. I cannot wait for it. Vinny, how you feel about it, bro?
When all the polarizing drama about Captain Marvel came out, I was like, why are they pushing so hard for us to like Captain Marvel when she's not even likable in the comics? To me, one of the, if you can't use the X-Men and Fantastic Four, which was and the bulk of the most powerful and likable Marvel heroines are in damn X-Men that they couldn't use at the time, and they were trying to do Captain Marvel or all these other shows. I was like, why aren't they pushing She-Hulk? For one, they're trying to empower women and cross the aisle and like show that they're that it's for them too, and that is what Jennifer has always been about, because she's not just a strong superhero, she's also a lawyer and intelligent. That was like checking all the boxes, man. She was always one of my favorite female superheroes, along with Invisible Woman, because she was smart too. And she has such a great story, and like I always felt like she was underutilized, and then when there'd be a good writer to come along, she'd be amazing. I think A-Force was incredible because it didn't feel like, hey, this is for, it felt like it was really it felt organic. It felt like it was actually like what could happen without really forcing it too much. I actually enjoyed A-Force, and she was a major part of the team.
You see, Toya's on board with you with that. What she loves D-Mac, bro.
Yeah, man. Like I was always hoping for a She-Hulk show.
Yeah.
And then of course, without seeing the trailers, I don't know much about the tone or the comedy or anything. I have one criticism of it though. Out the gate, they had the perfect logo, and they changed it. Like that purple and green logo was perfect. I don't like the change to that backslash, but hopefully that's the only thing that's going to be a negative of the show. I'm hyped for She-Hulk. And
that was a weird change too. Like, why change it?
It was like, why?
With this, I started thinking immediately. I was thinking about a current storyline that they just recently did in the comics, and I'm thinking, how cool would it be as an early intro with She-Hulk if now the Winter Guard doesn't exist in the MCU as of right now.
Yeah.
But in the Avengers comics recently, as she's a member of the Avengers, she was basically kidnapped and put into the Red Room, and then actually physically transformed and came out as a red She-Hulk that was going up against the Avengers. And we later learned like what it was kind of little subterfuge and stuff. But how fucking cool would that be if, to establish how badass she is, almost like she just starts beating the shit out of some mainline MCU superheroes as in her introduction, and we realize that it's like, think about what you get if a Hulk is put through the Red Room and is a legit threat now. Like that would have been, I know that's not the direction they're going, but I just thought like, damn, that would be cool to see.
That would be crazy.
Red She-Hulk is Betty though, right? Isn't it Betty?
There were 2 iterations. One was Betty, and then there was
the most recent was Jennifer Walters. She's She-Hulk, but then she gets kidnapped.
Okay. Yeah.
She basically lets herself get kidnapped. And then the Winter Guard, they put her into the Red Room and try and brainwash her and inject her with stuff, and then become a Red Hulk.
And she came out a beast, bro. She was
she was already a beast at being green.
She's already she's a problem.
She's a real problem. She's a real problem, and I
she has more control over her power than the Hulk
because she
does.
basically has control over her mind.
She has control, right? And she didn't have to do anything for that. She always had control. Which was so unique at the time when she came out in the 70s. It was like Hulk had to do so much in order to have control.
I think she's going to be super powerful, but I think they're going to slow play her building up to her
you
power
already know
level
it.
in this.
You already know it.
They don't want to just like throw her right in. And
there definitely will be a lot of focus on the law side to save on special effects. So hopefully that part is executed well, because I don't mind that. I don't mind like it being a courtroom drama and then some She-Hulk thrown in, as long as it's good. See,
maybe her and Matt Murdock work together.
That's do you think? Right? I was about to ask you that too. Do you think they're going to slide some Fantastic Four stuff in there? And so you definitely have some Matt Murdock because he's a lawyer, but because he was on the Fantastic Four for a little while too, so they had
There's a lot bit of they can do. She's been on the Avengers. She's been like she
Fantastic
has Four.
She has so many range.
She's got she's got ties to a lot of characters.
She is one of the best sleeper characters in Marvel. I'm so glad that they're finally using her, because
giving her just due.
It was frustrating for a while. It seems like they were acting like they didn't know what female characters to use without using X-Men characters, and it's like,
come on, bro, they got so many, bro.
Yeah.
I don't get Marvel sometimes.
They do, but damn it, I still want all those female X-Men characters on.
True, but you got one that can stand by herself.
You know what?
No team. She don't need no team.
We were talking about this on Midnight Metal on Friday, and Rob brought up something he said he wanted to see, and I was like, yo, if they would show some shit like that, that would be phenomenal. He was like, you know what, because we are going to get the Marvels. He's like, it would be crazy that at the end of Marvels, the very end of the Marvels, bro, in a post-credit scene, we see, Captain Marvel on like the Golden Gate Bridge or on the Brooklyn Bridge or somewhere, right? And all of a sudden, it cuts to a scene where Rogue is standing behind her, takes her powers, and then throws her off the bridge.
Oh my god, that'd be so sick.
That would be phenomenal, bro.
That'd be so sick.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Well, it's true because like
they're not going to do that though,
not
man.
that likable in the comics. Like Carol Danvers is not like a fan favorite in that. Like, when she was in the second Civil War storyline, when it was her against Iron Man, people were like, all right, well, everybody loves Iron Man and Cap, but more fans lean toward Cap's side of that, the registration and everything like that.
Right.
So we want Iron Man in this, but we want people to be on Iron Man's side. Well, the easy thing is put up Carol Danvers, because not many people are like, oh, I'm definitely team, Captain Marvel. Like she's not that kind of character.
She's not likable, even in the comics. So it translates
even in the comics, bro. Like
even in the comics,
she fights with Tony Stark constantly in all the new runs. She fights with Tony constantly, and it's a thing where like usually it's like, all right, you know, Tony is arrogant and stuff like that, so like people like understand why somebody's fighting. But now it's like no, it's like she's just like irritating in a lot of ways.
If you make Tony Stark seem nice, you got a problem.
Yeah.
Yep. And she's worse since her and Rhodey broke up. She's like definitely worse, bro.
Yeah.
So it's like,
you think we'll see? Yeah.
You think we'll see what?
Her and Juggernaut hook up.
No.
Probably not likely.
Hell no. But no,
to see Rogue come up behind her and steal her powers, that would be awesome.
Sick.
Nice
that would be
callback
sick.
to the. But man, like, dude, I'm just like chomping at the bit. Like, I know they're slow playing. I know they're doing what they know that they need to do to kind of do it right. But damn, man, I need these X-Men. Like, I need Kitty Pryde. I need Nightcrawler.
It's gonna be a slow burn for them, man. It's crazy, but
I know, man. And a slow burn could
sucks,
mean like
dude.
10 years.
10 years, yeah.
Like bit by bit. But
you know what?
I need something.
I need it too. As much as I need it, I'm just hoping that number one, if you're going to delay it for a specific reason, and that you're going to do it right. Yeah. That's basically all I want.
It should be done right. They're going to delay it
as long as you basically get it right.
But start giving me something to tease. Just give me like a mid scene, a mid credit scene, or give me something. Just a little bit.
They did there. X-Men 97.
Yeah,
that's all you're gonna get. That's
what you get. Like, just you get what you get. Don't throw a fit.
You get what you
get.
Don't
throw a fit.
Think about seeing the Executioner's song played out on the big screen. Think about that.
Dude.
Oh man.
He said, "Here, shut up."
They go just talk to give me.
They ain't giving nothing.
But they're setting the stage for A versus V. Like, you know what I mean? Like if they set the stage right, it could basically happen. But if it's a slow burn, as long as you get it right, I'll be cool. But yeah, Joe, what you think about She-Hulk, bro?
Dude, I was not expecting the tracksuit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, this actress is awesome.
Yeah, she plays in the Black
Black Orchid.
Yeah.
Black Orchid.
She plays so many different versions of herself that she could have been Moon Knight.
Her range is phenomenal. She could have. Like, her range is phenomenal.
I'm hoping that this is less comedic and
my thoughts exactly. Yeah.
You know, like more serious tone, because she deserves that.
Yeah, she definitely does. She definitely
deserves to be done right, for sure.
Yeah, she definitely does.
But I'm stoked. And I'm kind of wondering the timeline. Is it after Endgame, or is it during the 5-year snap?
No, it's after.
It could be both. We could be seeing flashbacks. Like, that's why, like, we've seen, you know, an image of some other related characters. That might not be like present. That might be like a flashback to, you know, because we haven't seen her in the MCU to date, so they're gonna have to explain a reason why, and, you know, either like her origins are starting right now, or those are flashbacks that happened during, you know, the 5 years and stuff prior to certain, you know, maiming events. So I'm not 100% convinced that one shot that we saw of her and somebody else is in the present.
Right.
Yeah, we're her and the Hawks in the present, definitely.
I mean, I was trying not to say the name for Vinny.
I'm sorry, Vinny. My bad. It's only a picture. It's not even. It's only a picture. Don't worry about it.
I missed it. Don't worry about it. Anyways, I didn't hear you.
All right.
So okay. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm gonna do one more, and then we're gonna do like a round real quick. It's like I said, in the interest of time, like, I don't want it to get drawn out, but I mean, it's some key things here. There's so much to talk about, you know, with these shows. But another one that I'm super excited because of the potential. I'm super excited about this because of the potential, and that is my man Sam Jackson in Secret Invasion. Secret Invasion, bro. Like, yo,
Secret Invasion, boy.
Bro, the potential for this.
That's going to be sick.
I'm excited for one particular reason.
Why'd you just put up a picture of yourself?
Oh yeah, you took your hat off. Oh,
you got shaved.
I'm not bald.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not bald. But listen,
That's exactly what Sam Jackson would say.
exactly. But listen, I'm excited about this for one particular reason.
Man, he's saying motherfuck with his eyes.
You better
Jessica.
not be
Hell
stealing
yeah.
what I'm gonna say.
Jessica.
Is she gonna be in it?
She has to be, bro.
What?
If you're
what
going
if
to
she's
tell
not in
this
it?
story, if she's not in it, I will be
They said
pissed.
they announced Spider-Woman?
They didn't
No,
announce
he
it yet.
He's saying he's hoping she's in it.
I'm hoping.
Well, she was
I'm
a big part of
hoping.
Secret Invasion. They
She
gotta
was
have her
a
in there in some part.
huge
But
part
here's the thing.
of Secret
Wait,
Invasion.
I don't know if they can.
Yeah,
I don't
like
think
how
they
Why?
can.
They can.
Okay, without her already being established, that reveal loses a lot of its weight.
No, I don't
right?
think
But
they
they
have
can
the rights
intro
to
her.
the
They can
character.
intro her in the first 2 episodes. Or
I don't
something
think
like that.
I don't think they have the rights to the character because
Why
I
don't
think
they?
she's.
What?
You're talking
They-
about Jessica Drew?
Yeah, they do
Yeah.
have the rights. They got the rights.
They got to write Spider-Woman.
They have the rights to her.
I think she might be one of the several characters that's tied up with the Sony Spider-Man rights, especially because Sony's also doing the Madam Web
But-
movie,
Oh,
and Jessica
come
Drew
on.
was supposed
Nah.
to be a part of that. I don't
No.
know if they have the rights.
He did that.
They
as
do.
an Avenger.
They do
Because
have
there
the
are
rights.
several characters that they
They
don't
see.
have
I'm
the
gonna tell
rights
you.
to.
No, but they do. They have the rights to her. They just don't have rights to everyone else. Because the thing is, you got to keep in mind, just because she's Spider-Woman in the books, she doesn't have those particular characteristics. And that was one of the reasons why that was so, like, Sony didn't get the rights to her. Sony, as a matter of
I
fact,
don't know. I would double check.
Nah,
it. I don't know
she
if
didn't.
that's the case.
she didn't. Trust me.
Because
She's
Sony
not.
has the rights to Madam Web and to a bunch of the
Yeah,
other ones
but
too.
technically,
Yeah,
she's
but
not
the
in the
Spider-Woman, I don't
Spider-Verse.
think. No,
She's not in the Spider-Verse.
I think
She's
they
not
got
part of the
Silk.
Spider-Verse.
I think they got Silk, but they didn't get Spider-Woman.
Yeah, she's not in the Spider-Verse and Spider-Verse, and she's not counted as one of those characters. They have Silk, they have everyone else, but they don't have Spider-Woman. They don't have Jessica Drew.
I don't know.
And then one of the reasons-
maybe,
the
but-
one of the reasons
I just
why
looked
they
it up. I just looked it up. Sony is allowed to use her straight up. Marvel can only use her without any Spider-Man related elements.
Mhm.
So it's like there's a
What?
clause, there's a loophole.
But they don't need to.
Her.
So
They
why
don't
they
need
use
to.
her, bro?
They don't. No, because they don't really need to use her as a related character to Spider-Man. They don't. She's had so many affiliations with Shield.
It's a
And,
shared character, like
Yeah,
Scarlet
but
Witch
like,
and-
Yeah.
did not
Right,
have,
but it
have her,
both
and not
of
have her powers.
yeah.
Well, no.
No,
depends on
her powers
how-
have nothing to do with Spider-Man.
It depends on
No,
how
I know
they,
Yeah,
if
but I
they
mean, like-
tie her in at all to like anything that they're doing with the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, they don't
If
have
they
to.
Right.
do,
They don't
right,
have to
but
do
I'm
that.
saying, but like if
However,
they
it's still gonna
do,
confuse
or
people
if
'cause they're
Tom
using her in
Holland,
Spider-Verse too.
if Tom Holland and his iteration of Spider-Man is going to end up having any type of involvement with the Secret Invasion and how that
Mhm.
plays out in the MCU, then I'm just saying it's complex, and I could see
Yeah.
them just not using her in this.
No, I think
That's crazy,
they'll even if they don't use her in this, there were already rumors of what is her name again? Harry Styles' now girlfriend, Olivia Wilde, is directing a film.
Silk.
So she's
Or
going to do
Spider-Woman.
Silk.
It's either Silk or Spider-Woman.
It's going to have
I
to be
thought it
either
was-
one.
Yeah, I thought it was
I
still.
think it's one of the two.
It's going to have to be one. But the thing is, though, if it's Marvel, because she didn't meet with Sony.
She
She met with Marvel. She met with so if it's Marvel, then it's Jessica
Oh.
Drew. It's definitely
So-
Jessica Drew and it's Spider-Woman.
Yeah, she met.
Oh.
You know what we need to do, Leo?
What's up?
We need to hit up Lori.
Silk.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get her on the show again. So
We just gotta get her really drunk or something.
There's a lot of shit.
let her
I
spill the beans.
Silk.
I definitely
With the
got
red
it.
and
Yeah.
white.
I-
The red and white.
The
Probably
scrolls
gonna-
and the scrolls and Captain Marvel have me like definitely hesitant to really feel any type of way
Yeah.
about this one.
But here's the thing, here's the thing. Look at it this way, because we're going into Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
This right now is a clean slate, and the reason why I say it is because just imagine the subterfuge, bro. With this, imagine the problems that it can cause with this particular show. Whereas you have someone like Samuel L. Jackson, who's always been a friend, or so far has been cool with
Right.
Talos, but then because of everything that happens, it's like I can't trust you anymore.
Do
So you
think
never
they
know.
Follow up the Secret Invasion show with maybe a sword show.
I would hope so.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
if they mix them both together, it would make so much sense if they did. He
Photon.
needs to stop moving.
One
Photon,
more.
exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like we're going to see some things.
Sword needs to come in.
Yeah.
And have a presence, especially given the galactic nature of what the MCU is, what they're doing right now. Sword has to have a presence moving forward, and not just in one show or movie.
With Sam Jackson walking in his bare feet and looking out, and he's
right, but that's all that, and then the end of WandaVision are the only glimpses we've got at Sword.
Right.
So that's where we want to get. I want to see more of that.
If it gives me more Spectrum, I'm down.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
What's cool about this, Lael, is that the rumor is Killian Scott is Fizz. So if you aren't familiar with Fizz, he's a mutant Skrull that got outcast, and he went and hung out with Professor X, dude.
Yeah.
And he can control his size, sort of like Ant-Man, but on a molecular level. And so this is another dude. If Killian Scott is Fizz, we might get that connection with Professor X. You never know, dude. So that's one part of it that I'm
they are weaving this and don't forget, I mean, if we're getting Sword, then there's two other characters that we'll actually have to get. Hank Pym, I mean, we would have, not Hank Pym, but Hank, we'd have to get Beast.
Yep.
And his girlfriend.
Yep. Dude.
So there's two individuals that we would actually have to get. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see basically how it goes. But yeah, I'm super excited about this.
We have to be getting so close to the Fantastic Four's entrance.
Yeah,
right? With everything
it's gotta be close. I love that they haven't really said anything but that 4. And
but we have to be getting there between the Celestials and Eternals, right? Between Secret Invasion and Sword, and we know that mutants are coming in, and we know the galactic nature that we're seeing expand. We have to be getting very close.
Which I love. Don't tell me shit. Don't show me a trailer. No teaser. Just fucking drop it. Fantastic Four. That's my shit. That's what I can't wait for.
I want to see them.
I wanted to see 4 in it.
I want to see them show up.
See the 4.
I want to see them show up in a movie or in even maybe a post-credit scene or in an actual scene within the meat of the movie. I want to see them show up in something like that, completely unannounced, no tease, no nothing, and then it blows up.
I want to see a Super Skrull.
Then we get trailers or something. I mean, I want it to be a complete shock.
Yeah,
I want it to be that Sam Jackson, Nick Fury at the end of Iron Man. Right. I want where nobody knew that he was, and then it was, oh shit, there's Sam Jackson.
Fantastic Four just popped up.
That's what I want.
Shit. That'd be sick. That's what I need.
So a couple more of the announcements that we actually got. Now I don't want to, because like I said, in the interest of time, we did get also Agatha. So they're going to do Agatha Harkness,
which we
House
knew,
of Harkness. So we knew that was actually coming. So I mean, we'll see how that goes. Marvel Zombies, definitely, we're actually going to get that.
Be sick.
Would that be animated or not?
Yeah, it's
be animated. Yeah, and that's awesome because I loved the zombies version of What If, but a lot of people were like, "What?" There's so many stories, in the Marvel Zombies, Peter Parker, upset over killing Mary Jane and stuff like that. It's like
now you can get them.
All the stuff that people were complaining that we didn't get in a 40-minute What If episode where they can't fit everything from Marvel Zombies into one episode. Right. Well, now they'll get it. All of that other stuff. So everybody who was pissed off at the What If episode, slow your roll. Look what we're getting. I'm pretty excited for that.
Yes. Definitely. And we're also getting now, I don't know about this freshman year, Spider-Man freshman year.
Dude. Is that Tom Holland?
It's going to be an animated show.
I'm not looking forward to that, bro.
No,
when they say him in high school, bro.
No, it's not like Jesus. Yeah, but it's not like freshman year like Tom Holland's character now is going off to college. No, it's an animated. It's literally animated, I think like the first year that Spider-Man as a kid is Spider-Man. Yeah, it's like definitely. Right when it's his first year of becoming Spider-Man. Yeah. So it's like an animated origin series, basically.
Yeah, I'm super hype about Ironheart. I mean, I
That's
cannot
gonna be
wait to
good.
see that.
Riri
That's going to
Williams.
be really, really, really decent. So
it's
we
gonna be sick, yeah.
you know, get
How
some
cool would it
representation.
be if we got a hologram, like a hologram
I'm hoping.
AI
I'm
of
hoping.
Tony Stark for a little
hoping.
bit, like if
Dude,
Robert
I'm
Downey?
hoping, bro.
That would be pretty goddamn cool.
That's
Has
a
he
part
said
of that
anything about
story.
this?
We have to.
There were
Nah.
rumors that he was gonna like make an appearance in this because he obviously has a connection to her in the comics.
Right.
But I don't know if that's actually gonna happen or if that was wishful thinking.
I hope they
but
make
it
him as
would
an
be-
AI, bro.
If he's gonna be back in the MCU in any way for like a cameo or anything like that,
Mhm.
it would be cool if it was something that was actually a really good story beat from the comics and a way to really kind of add some credence to a new character that not a lot of non-comic book people are going to be that familiar with. I think it would be a really good way to help establish her and give people some interest in this show so that hopefully they invest more in the character in the MCU moving forward.
Now let me
That would be
ask.
cool.
Let me ask the question now, because my thing is, I have the whole series of Ironheart series, right? And everybody complains that it bombed. You know what I'm saying? This show has to have good writers for it to survive, bro. That's my fear. Like, it's not being. I hope it's being written well, because I love the comic, but a lot of people didn't like it.
Yeah,
they need to do it justice.
It's tough for.
I don't think the comic bombed, but yeah, I think it was more just like people.
They consider it a bomb,
figured,
bro.
well,
And I
this
love
is
the
only
book, bro.
Yeah, a lot of people figured, well, this is a temporary thing, and then
it's only
when
temporary,
Tony Stark comes back from the dead, she's going to be gone, and
right.
So people didn't really think it was worth investing in, but it's really good storytelling. I think more people are picking up on it.
I really liked it, bro. Yeah.
I thought it
look,
was
Marvel.
Good.
Marvel's not going to half-ass it. They're like, if they're doing this with that character, they're doing it for a reason. It's because
it has to be
they don't
good
think
writing.
this is just this is a one and done kind of show, and then the character is done. They're not bringing characters in that they don't think weave in, because if you look at every character that they're bringing in, okay, whether it's their own new show or they're bringing on to these other existing shows or movies. They all have these tentacles that reach out to all these other characters. We talked about Echo and all the relationships she has with Daredevil and Hawkeye and Doctor Strange and all that. The relationships that Jennifer Walters has, not just with Bruce Banner, all right, but with the other members of the Avengers. You talk about, even Agatha, how she's got a relationship with Scarlet Witch, with Mephisto, okay, which we think that we're going to be seeing some form of coming up. So all of these things, how they all, the Marvels and how they all tie into Secret Invasion and things like that. Marvel's not just randomly pick, all right, we're going to do Ironheart, and then we'll see if that works, and if it does, maybe we'll do a second season, or we'll, put her in a movie. They have plans for how to use the character.
Yeah.
So,
well, one of the starts with her is, like I said, we're going to see her first in Black Panther 2. So that'd be her first introduction. So I think they're strategically kind of pushing her in a certain way.
Exactly.
So I definitely I'm excited to see how that actually goes.
They're not going to intro her in the second Black Panther movie and give her own Disney Plus series if they don't have larger plans.
Her written well.
The character can contribute to the MCU. That's just,
That's my fear, man, because I really like the character in the comics, bro. So
So also they mentioned, we already know we're getting a Miss Marvel with Kamala Khan. I cannot wait for that. That's going to be really, really decent. And it
Photon
from what we saw in the trailer, it's going to be really, really interesting. I didn't want to give too much away, but Vinny, you'll be pleased of how they're actually bringing her in, because they're staying true to the actual comics. So
looks
I'm
like there's some really cool callbacks to the comics.
Definitely.
To the comics.
We're also getting, of course, we already knew What If Part Season 2, so we're going to get that. And then one on here that I'm definitely not interested in at all. And I'm just going to say that I'm just not interested in anything that has to do with Groot. I am Groot.
Me neither.
Probably won't even watch the show.
That's going to be for like a kids kind of oriented thing.
And I'm guessing that's basically what it's going to be.
It's not, because they said it's a series of shorts. They said it's a series of shorts. It's not anything that's going to be far-reaching for the MCU. honestly, I think that and the Spider-Man freshman year things are going to be the ones
That's for
that
the
are
kids,
actually geared toward kids.
Yeah.
The X-Men 97 is going to be geared toward dudes in their 30s and 40s who grew up with the original series like we did.
Yeah.
But I think the Groot one and that's going to be like actually geared toward kids and not have far-reaching implications for the MCU.
Yeah. So I'm definitely not impressed with that one.
I'll watch it.
See, I hope that X-Men 97 stays true to X-Men 97, not this.
Oh, they don't have a choice, bro.
I think it's going to pick up right from where the original one ended.
And on top of that, the biggest thing is that they're bringing back the original voice actors who played these characters.
Right. And think about
bringing them all back.
Disney Plus has proven that they're willing to do that. They picked up the Clone Wars with all the same voice actors and gave us that final season. They're like, I don't think they're just going to be like, oh, we're just going to bring it back because, people like the art style.
See,
they're bringing it back and specifically calling it X-Men 97 because
that's what
they have a plan to continue what we got from the first one. Otherwise, they would just say we're going to do an X-Men cartoon but all new animation style. And they're doing this for a specific reason.
I don't want like no agenda juice. I want the regular, not no 2021 mess with 97. Leave it be. Leave it the way it is.
Exactly.
Classic X-Men 97. That's what I want.
Don't change the title to X-Men and Woman.
Right. Come on, dude.
Let's keep it X-Men.
No, I think they know exactly what they're doing. I think it's basically like Clone Wars in that final season. I don't know how many seasons we're gonna get. If it does well, they'll keep it around. But I think they're
one season's like 30 episodes. I think it was.
Yeah. But I think they're just going to pick up. Yeah, that's my question is how many episodes do they drop at a time?
Because season 1 and 2 were like 30 apiece, I think.
Yeah. But I think this is going to be I think it's going to pick up where the original left off and go right from there. I think it's going to be like full tilt. Go for it.
That's going to be sick.
Any of you guys have any hope for the James Gunn Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special?
No, dude.
I do. I think just for entertainment
I think he was
purposes, not for like something epic. I think it'll just be something that's like funny to throw on, and then
Yeah. He was bored.
Something that they kind of toss in as a filler. That's
I mean, James Gunn's doing it, so that makes me, at least interested in it. Yeah, I don't think it's just a fun thing to have. It's not something to get super invested in.
Right. Right.
I will say, I would fucking love it if we got some hot toys out of the X-Men 97 animated show. I mean, they've already done some animated, with the Spider-Verse. Really?
Please.
Who is
Yeah, he's about to go bye-bye is who he is.
Yeah.
He's done that in other streams too. He's just a fucking piece of shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
I hope that made his night.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's not even acknowledge him.
You should be able to delete the.
Yeah. I'm doing it right now. Yeah.
There's always some fucking fuckstick that's gonna do stupid shit like that.
Yeah, that's gonna do some dumb stuff. So you already know how it is.
We got a hater on the board. Kick him off.
Hey, that's kudos, Leo. You gotta be somebody for them to come troll the show.
Yep.
They ain't trolling the show with one viewer.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's always a clown out there in the mix, bro. Like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, always something. But it is what it is. But regardless,
Keyboard
I don't
heroes.
Care.
Yeah.
Fucking punk.
What's she put in there?
Yeah, like what did she put?
Oh, so how about those Packers?
Just switching up the subject.
It is what it is. So I'm not really worried about it. Anyway, it was a great discussion tonight, as always.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm so glad that we got this round table going, man. Like we were, it definitely is. I enjoyed it. So Vinny, what you got coming up next, bro?
Just working on more art. I'm getting a little bit more free time here, so I'm just excited. I got a lot of projects on the slate to get out of my head and onto paper. I'm excited about that. There's like obviously tons of content on the way. Like December is just ridiculously packed. There's so many shows and like Hawkeye and a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm not even gonna remember them all on the top of my head. But yeah, I'm excited for all the stuff coming our way shortly here. Got a lot of reading to catch up on, a lot of drawing to catch up on, and just good time to be a geek.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
Straight up good time to be a geek. Butt naked, booty naked assassin. What you got going on, bro?
Man, I'm just like neck deep in post production from the shoot we just did, so that's eating up a lot of my time. But I also have not that you care too much about this one, but I do have Endgame Hulk coming tomorrow. I do have.
I'm interested in seeing what you think of it when you get it.
Yeah, I do have Marty from Back to the Future coming soon. Got the shipping notice, so I should have Nightwing fairly soon.
Nightwing, hell yeah.
There was a stupid delay in shipments, but should have my SSR Hush Batman hopefully soon. So yeah, pretty much just got those, waiting on Hot Toys to finally drop Ahsoka and a couple others. And then, yeah, probably just a lot of catching up on some more comics. And I haven't had the chance to watch Shang-Chi yet on Disney Plus. Obviously, I saw it in the theaters, but so I got to jump in and rewatch that on Disney Plus. And other than that, yeah, pretty much just like Ben Thomas said, waking up in the morning, pissing excellence.
Definitely.
That's it.
So again, real quick, if you haven't already, follow Vinny on Vincent Dunn Art on Instagram. You'll get some interesting pieces and see some of his art. He blessed my girl with some amazing pieces from Harry Potter. She wanted it and she was extremely happy about that. Also, you can actually follow Brendan Max Effort and Real Riley on Instagram. Also, you can look up Booty Naked Assassin. That'll be coming soon on Instagram. Don't know how early, but we're going to get that running pretty soon. Okay. It's going to have some, you know what I mean? It's going to be butt naked. So it's going to be Booty Naked Assassin on Instagram, and then it's going to also have an OnlyFans attached to it. So, you know what I mean?
Hey. People want to pay.
This was.
Hey, so
no hope for him, man.
So, Joe, what you got coming up, bro?
Just trying to get this settled, just get all my stuff and settled in, and then next stream I'll be, not afraid to talk because I'm afraid there's an echo, so I haven't been saying anything.
Oh man, there's no echo actually.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna be good, boy.
But other than that, just getting settled, getting ready for the holidays, my favorite time of the year.
Hell yeah. Me, us, everybody on here, we'll be doing an actual Christmas special. So just stay tuned for that. We'll be doing a holiday comic book talk with friends special. So yes, that will be on.
That's gonna be cool.
Wait for that.
I gotta show people the Geekmas tree.
The geek, hell yeah,
hell bro. This year,
you gotta see the
ornaments they got coming out, bro, for Star Wars.
Yeah. Okay, so check it out. This year, right? Bro. Everybody has to show Brendan nothing but naked on your tree. Everybody has to show their Christmas tree this year. Like I'm literally, everybody on the panel, we got to show our Christmas trees. Okay, so that's Brendan nothing but naked, bro.
Nothing but naked, bro.
I make no promises.
No black and white photos of yourself. Come on now.
Jedi kid, like the whole joint is all like everything, all geek shit everywhere.
Hell
the whole fucking tree.
That's gonna be. I can't wait, bro. I've seen so many stuff online, ornaments like Superman and Star Wars stuff.
Yep.
I can't wait.
Every year I get a bunch. Every year it's a tradition. I get a whole bunch every year. The whole tree is just like ones that talk to each other, like that.
What?
I got the X-wing and Death Star, Falcon all talking to each other and shit. It's crazy.
Definitely.
I can't wait, bro.
Jedi K, what you got coming up, bro?
I got this shooting comp coming up in 2 weeks. I just built another AR for that from scratch. I'm waiting for like I said, Rex, Lando, and who else is dropping? Rex, Lando. Oh, and what is it? I think it's the Daft Toys Joker, the one with the black leather jacket and the crazy looking face. Yeah, I got that coming too, man.
Oh wait, is that that's the one from the Lee Bermejo? With like the long black leather jacket.
The long leather jacket.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the Lee Bermejo one. Yeah,
it comes with so much stuff in that box, bro. So I can't wait for that one to drop, man.
You're gonna love the hell out of Rex and Lando are both really good. I got lucky, so my Lando didn't have that that chin scratch that so many people have had.
Yeah, I heard about that, bro.
Yeah, mine didn't either. I was
okay. I know Ryan's did, but mine was fine. And then
let
Rex
me ask you, bro,
is awesome.
What? Okay, you got the Sideshow Rex too, right?
No, I just got a Hot Toys one.
I have the Sideshow Rex too, the original. So are a lot of people like selling that one? I don't know if I want to sell it, bro. I hear people are selling it. I might keep mine, bro.
People will pay a ridiculous amount for it right now. So it's like if you don't have a really special attachment to it, you can get some good bang for it. To be perfectly honest, it's like I wouldn't have any use for it because when you put it next to the Hot Toys one, the Hot Toys one is just superior in every way. The Hot Toys one
I can't wait for that one to come home, bro.
Bro, so, when you get it out the box, watch.
If you absolutely love the character and you want to have another one, but they don't match like when you put them together. But like if you love the character and you want to keep the Sideshow one, more power to you, absolutely. But if you don't care and you love the Hot Toys one that comes in, then because to be perfectly honest, you could sell the Sideshow one and the prices that people will be for some reason are willing to pay for it right now. You could pick up a second Rex and still have money left over.
So the Sideshow one hasn't dropped. It hasn't dropped in price at all, bro.
No, it hasn't. Yeah, people still are willing to pay for that. So it's like okay, but I mean the Hot Toys one is just superior in every way. I mean. That's what you're going to get when you get Sideshow makes something and then Hot Toys makes one. Hot Toys is 99.9% of the time going to be the superior one. That's just because they're better at making 6 scales.
Yeah.
I mean, to me personally, unless you have some super sentimental attachment to that specific Sideshow figure, you could unload it and get a fair amount of money for that. Especially, I mean, you already got the
I'm
Hot
on the
Toys
fence. I think I might, bro. I'm on the fence. I think I might.
I feel like
the other Rex in my hand.
I feel like once you have the Hot Toys one and you have them side by side, you're gonna be like, this fucking Sideshow one's a dumpster fire. Like, I'm just gonna make a bunch of money for it.
Definitely.
True.
Yeah. So, if you haven't already, follow these guys on Instagram. Also, if you haven't already, subscribe to the 16 Scale Man YouTube channel. As basically we, as well on Mondays we always have comic book talk with friends. Wednesdays we'll have discussions about Hot Toys figures on Say What, and then every other Thursday, we'll actually be here for Uncivilized Scoundrels. We talk any and everything Star Wars. Also a couple of different things. A bit of house cleaning here. We have.
Lael, Uncivilized Scoundrels is going to be off for like 3 weeks though, right?
Because of the holiday. So basically
you're not going to do one next week.
Yeah, not next Thursday. So it won't be this week. It won't be next Thursday, but it'll be the following week after that. Also, real quick, we are still having that giveaway. Keep in mind, there's a giveaway going on the channel. It is for the Superman Sideshow bust. How you can actually enter to win that one is that you have to basically subscribe to.
Nice piece.
Yeah, it is. You have to subscribe to not only the 16 Scale Man YouTube channel, but you have to also be a member of the group Collector Zone Cantina on Facebook. So you have to be a member there as well. Also, you have to be a member of you have to join and subscribe to Brother Cousin's toy reviews as well. This is again it's called the Goodwill Thanksgiving giveaway, and you have to basically demonstrate that you have shown some goodwill within your community to your family members friends or whoever. And again, you have to demonstrate that by a brief story or even a video, doesn't matter, but that you have to post on Collector Zone Cantina. Me and my man Marcos got together. We came up with this very, very beautiful prize.
Some form of charity that,
exactly.
I mean, like even if it's like going on a date with Will Foxification, just a charity thing, just something, just
That's
to,
super funny.
just
But
to be nice,
also
just to throw him a bone,
I don't know what they're gonna do with that boy over there, man.
But also, yeah. So again, you do subscribe. Make sure you have. One last thing too, because I'm really, really excited about this. I'm really, really excited about this, and she doesn't know I'm going to do it, but I'm just going to do it anyway because I am super excited to basically show her this. It is the holiday. It's the holiday season. So guys, if you're looking for some beautiful gifts for your girl, this is My Lady's line. It is the Cocoa Tulip line that has actually launched. It is up on Facebook at this. I mean, not on Facebook, but she has her own site right now where you can actually get some amazing pieces. Again, you know. Yeah, this is her. She got her site up right now. If you haven't already, check out that site. It's cocotulip.com. You can get some pieces. She launched this last week, and it's going strong. So definitely get on that. She's going to be updating it with new pieces, you know, all the time. This right here is my favorite piece. This is the Lael jacket. It's called Lael, but it's the Lael jacket. So I was blessed to actually have a piece there. It's not up, but it'll be up again because, like I said, these things is selling out. But this is basically the jacket that she has up on the site right now. It's a denim jacket. So she has a couple of different pieces. So if you haven't already, go on, check it out. It is the Cocoa Tulip line. And if you're looking to get a really, really interesting and amazing gift, you know, for your loved one, or even pick up some pieces for yourself, but it's an incredible piece.
Official sponsor of Comic Talk with Friends.
Exactly. Official sponsor of Comic Book Talk with Friends. So definitely. But yeah, I'm happy about that. And I'm very, very excited and proud that she's able to do something like this. She's been working on it now for a year, and it's finally up.
Doing her thing.
She is doing her thing. Definitely.
Entrepreneurship.
Yeah, definitely. She's doing her thing. So support it. Definitely support that. But yeah, it's been a great discussion. Let me actually go ahead and address the chat real quick. We got Quavo 383 in the building, Mike Fiella, Lynch Design, always there, Ben Thomas, Mark 44 Prime, Tobar. We have Chess Verdon in the building, Bloodsport, Ray C, Cuervo, Latoya T, my baby's in the building, the Dockinator. We have Bob Dylan, my man Bob Dylan in the building as always. Let's see here. Who else we got? Blitz 0065 is in the building. We have Max Geekdom is here as always. Linda, thank you for coming through. We have 6 Scale Reviews as always. Thank you for coming through. My man Mario El Professor Sordo's in the building. So thank you for coming through, man. So glad to have you. Collectors Weekly. Thank you guys for coming through and always supporting. I mean, the show wouldn't be as great as it is without you guys' support. My daughter, Skylar Biasmore, thank you for coming through. Love you, baby. Malachi Mabane is in the building. My man, thank you for that. Definitely coming through. And yeah, there's nobody else that needs to be mentioned here that has already been removed. And again, like I said, you'll get some of the, you know, dumb stuff that comes through, but you know, it's always here. Chrissy Hamilton is always here. Thank you for coming through. And yeah.
How long did we go for, Leo?
We went for 2 hours. It was trying to go shorter than that, but we went for 2. It was a lot to discuss, man. It wasn't my fault. Y'all guys like to talk. But anyway, thank you guys. Thank everybody for coming through. It's been a great show. As always, be kind to your neighbor. Be kind to, and this is the holiday season. If you haven't always, and if all my comic collectors out there, this is the place you want to be. I'm so glad you came through. And I'm so glad that, you know, we have a great panel that we are able to educate you on some of the pieces and just show our love for comics in general. And, you know, also have the Butt Naked Assassin on here in the flesh. So we thank you guys for basically coming through as always. Yeah, until next week. Also stay tuned again. We got some more announcements that are actually going to be coming up here. I swear to God, Jedi Kid, if you disappear one more time. You got one.
Stop moving.
One more time.
Just end the fucking stream now before he dips out again.
I know.
It wasn't my fault, bro. It wasn't my fault. I didn't even move. I'm on the X. I'm sitting on the X, bro.
I don't even want you to blink. Like, don't even fart. If you're asking,
I'm sitting on the connection. I put an X on the rug, bro. I didn't even move.
You gotta stay steady. Like, gotta stay steady like Eddie Murphy with the glass of water and go.
Exactly. And it go. Don't even move. Don't even fucking
Seriously,
move.
you got like a butt cheek just flexes and then just you're gone.
I'm sitting dead on the X. Dead on the X. The last second of the show, my joint started to go out. Like 2 seconds of the show left, and it started to go out.
Anyway, thanks everybody for coming through. Until next week, and everybody for the panel. Peace and love, as always. Collect them comics. I was about to say something that I shouldn't say, and I'm glad I didn't say it. Peace and love. That's it.